Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Fighting with My Family was directed by Stephen Merchant and is based off the real-life story of WWE wrestler Paige, who gets the opportunity to try out for the WWE after basically growing up in an all-wrestling family her entire life. Her brother had the exact same dream, but that didn't quite pan out. This is very much an underdog story because Paige doesn't quite blend in or fit in with anybody else, and she has a lot to prove to herself, so it's very much an underdog story, which for a sports film like this is pretty good. So let me just say right off the bat, I absolutely know nothing about wrestling. I'm not a fan of it. I've never really been into it. It's just kind of something I never got into when I was younger, so I really just had no excuse to get into it before. And some people who are wrestling fans have said about this movie that it's not entirely accurate, so of course I kind of just have to take their word for it. But I think besides any potential inaccuracies to the story, I think this movie was very enjoyable. Florence Pugh is great as Paige, the lead character, who is this girl from England who doesn't quite fit in because she doesn't look like all these tan, beautiful supermodels that are basically there to wrestle because of their good looks. You know, she's got a lot to prove. She's struggling with her family. She's struggling with herself and her own self-image. And it's just really great to see her go through her journey throughout this movie. Nick Frost also plays her father, and he's very, very entertaining, like Nick Frost basically is in all of his movies. And also, The Rock has a couple of cameos in the movie, which I could definitely say the marketing for this movie definitely milked those scenes quite a bit in the trailers and even on the poster, because like, okay, if we have The Rock in this movie, even if it's for like maybe 5 minutes total, it'll still get people to come see the movie. Which, I mean, I guess it kind of worked because it got me there, and, well, you know, they're just little tiny cameos, but I think they were pretty cool. There's a decent amount of family drama in this movie as well, which for the most part feels pretty real. You know, you got the older brother over here who's struggling with his failing dreams, you know, going to alcoholism and making some other bad choices. You know, you've got the father over here who doesn't want to go back to robbing banks and stuff to support the family, but they're all together, they still love each other, they're all here for each other, and they just want to see Paige succeed, which brings me to another good point, is that the ending is very satisfying. We see Paige finally accomplish her dreams. The ending gave me some Rocky 2 vibes, which is definitely not a bad thing at all. So I would say that Fighting with My Family was not a movie I had quite on my radar from like the beginning of the year, but then I was hearing all these great reviews about it, and I went to go see it, and I really enjoyed it. So all in all, Fighting with My Family is a very enjoyable film that takes place in the world of wrestling. You know, even after walking out of this movie, I can't say that I want to get into wrestling and start watching it every week or anything, but I do kind of want to do some more research on some of these wrestlers and their backstories, because it could lead to some pretty interesting stuff. And also the fact that Chris Hemsworth has been cast as Hulk Hogan in the upcoming Netflix biopic, so maybe I should start doing my homework. So, those are my thoughts on Fighting with My Family. If you guys have seen this movie, or if you fight with your family, we all do it, let me know down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.